It's a special podcast today. I already did this episode. It's our ninth episode. I already did yesterday. I aired it last night. I saw friends and family and other people who were watching from all over the world. But I don't know, it was a glitch with the YouTube. I had a little problem uploading it. I uploaded it and something happened. Just like I said, might be a glitch or something. But I'm recording again. It's gonna be aired tonight. Uh, my name is Altin. Don't forget that this is 440 Boston podcast. You know, it makes more sense right now because I'm working in Boston. Just finished the job in Gloucester at the Sawyer Free Library. I just finished that project under the Manga and Arrow, one of the biggest companies, just like I said before in the other episodes. One of the biggest company in Boston that I work for as a foreman. So I'm in Boston. So I said makes more sense 440 Boston. I was happy. Yesterday was a beautiful day, very beautiful, 60, 65. Well, spring is coming, it's right around the corner. The most beautiful thing yesterday was that I was having lunch and I saw, because the job site where we working right now in Brookline Street, I think it's Street or Ave. I gotta check that one on 109 Brookline Ave maybe. Anyway, it's right next to legendary Fenway Park. It's world famous baseball stadium, Red Sox stadium. And the amazing thing about it was like, I did some pictures, but I didn't upload it, But maybe some other time, because I really love to talk. Boston has a lot of history, a lot of history. It's one of the oldest states in America, Massachusetts. But the beauty, going to the yesterday, the beauty was that I saw teachers with little kids, maybe 4th, 5th grade. They were giving the kids tour around the stadium, and inside the stadium I saw a lot of kids there yesterday. And then remind me my kids when they were asking my wife and me, oh, we got field trips tomorrow. We're gonna go to Red Sox Fenway Park, Red Sox Stadium. Was very beautiful. Brought us back some memories. Anyway, today I just got out of the work, came directly here. I was like, I'm gonna do it again, I know people are following. We have a lot of views lately. My videos are doing really good, which I really, really appreciate it and love you guys. And then keep subscribing and liking and sharing and commenting, because I really love to see your comments. I know you've been a little skeptic and things, but I really like to see the comments, and so we can chat together and talk about it. Whatever bothers you or you didn't like in my videos, let me know. Funny story, yesterday I went to bed because I was gonna wake up early in the morning at 4:40, and then I saw when I turned the TV on at bed, I saw it was Alfred Chaco there. I was like, let me check it, what he's saying now. Mostly I check for the other guys because he has a conversation. He's doing occult, they call it, I think. And then he was Castriot with Castriot Chippy, his partner there, that they're doing that podcast thing there. And then the episode yesterday, just like me, he was talking about, sharing and things. And he was saying, like, I was laughing my ass off. I was like, what the hell? Probably he got it right up to his nose, man. He was like exploding. I was like, the episode just started. And he was like, if you feel like a real man, if you are a human being, if you blah blah blah, this and that. I was like, what? Subscribe to the channel. If you feel like you're really man and human being, subscribe to the channel. If you don't subscribe, that mean you. I was like, is he for real, man? What the hell is he talking about? He got too much into it, that subscribe thing. I was like laughing like crazy. Anyway, subscribe to the channel. I'm not gonna become like Chaco, but like whatever. You want to subscribe, subscribe. If you don't want to, don't. I got some Maker's Mark here. My favorite whiskey, one of my favorite. And I got some iced coffee. Americano Starbucks. I love Starbucks. They good. They have we have a machine here. We make it at home. Sometimes I get it out. But anyway, what we're gonna talk today about? What are the topics? The main topics, but I'm gonna give a little glimpse. The main one is JFK. President Trump, just like he promised, he is releasing, he's delivering, he releasing the JFK files. He ordered the CIA and FBI to release all the files that CIA held for so long. He was going to do that on 2017, 2016, but the CIA said a threat to the security. It's a threat to national security, and they said like, give us a little time, we're going to prep it, and then we're going to release it. And then, just like he promised, as soon as he got elected, he said like, release those files. So main topic is the JFK files. I'm going to go deep in it. I prep like 3-4 bouquets that I'm going to break it down for you, and I'm going to bring it to you. Before that, I'm going to talk a little bit about Heathrow, what happened at Heathrow, London Heathrow Airport in West London on Friday, last Friday. On the, what was it? It was 28 minus 7, so on 22nd happened. 22nd, 21, 22, 22nd, 21st or 22nd, something like that. So yesterday was 28, right? Yesterday 28. Yeah, so minus 7, last Friday was 21st last Friday. I have a story there because my daughter was in a spring vacation. She was in Europe with a friend of hers, and then we panicking because the airport got on fire, she said, but it was like a mile and a half on the electrical substation, mile and a half away from the airport. But anyway, I'm going to talk about that too. But before we go to that, I'm going to talk, I got a bad news. Let me put my headphones on. I really love my headphones. I got bad news because I broke my prescription glasses. I really love those glasses. And then I'm gonna go for the examination at the doctor. They have some state-of-the-art machinery there. You know, they're gonna do everything, examination and everything, and then I'm gonna get as a union member. I'm gonna give you a little glimpse about the union and insurance. In America, if you don't have a health insurance and dental insurance and everything that you need about insurance and vision insurance, you know, man, I'm telling you, I'm sorry for my language, but you fucked. You have to have insurance. You know what I mean? It's like, you can't. You have to insure your family. I'm sorry again for my language, but was the expression. And then, as a union member, we got the best insurance. I'm going to give you a little bit of glimpse about the union. Just like I said before, I'm a proud union member, and we have one of the best. That's one of the key things that keep us in the union. All the union workers. It's a key. When I say a key, it's a key that keep us in the union, just because it's very important, just like I said, just because of the health and dental insurance and for vision also. Union, I have a package. How I got paid? I have a package. Every one of the union members, I have a package. I'm not going to go much deep in it, but for health insurance, dental insurance, and vision, we pay as a union member. I pay personally, but also the other ones, from $12 to $13 an hour. $13 an hour. $12 to $13 an hour to insure my whole family. Four members of my family. My kids gonna have it me till I go to the pension, and even I'm gonna have it when I retire also. But my kids up till 26 years old, which is the time they can They're big birds. They can fly on their own. They can get work. They finish the schools. They can get work. They can pay for their own insurance. Now, just like I said, we pay big bucks, but it's like a package. Union, when you get paid, it's like a package. I'm not gonna mention money, how much we make and things, but 12, just like I said, and $13 an hour go to insurances. And then out of this package, money goes to annuity or 401ks, which everybody has, not just Union, but the other companies too. And then pension money. They secure you, so you, when you get to retirement, you have a really, really good pension. Now, I give you a little story. I got appointment for April Fools. April 1st, I got appointment. After I get out of the work, I'm gonna go there and I'm gonna get like we are available as a union member. We are available or getting every other year three pairs. 3 pairs for free. Each pair costs around $350. It's a big, huge stand there. After you get the examination, she's gonna say like choose 3 pairs there. Each pair should not go above $350 a pair. You know what I mean? We choose 3 pairs, and just like I said, it's once every other year. So every other year we get 3 pairs and examination. Now, probably it's gonna take 2 weeks. I'm gonna get the same frame. I like it, the Jeffrey Dahmer style. I really love it, the Jeffrey Dahmer ones. I don't know why my wife's always joking with me, you know what I mean? Why those? We makes a little fun of me, you know. We just teasing each other. Anyway, what's the next thing that I'm gonna talk about it besides the vision? Let me give you a little glimpse about the health insurance. Health insurance, forget about it, man. When I go, union member goes to the hospital for anything, nothing out of pocket, nothing, nada, no co-payment, nothing. The other thing is dental. Dental is crazy. Let me show you a little story. Whatever, if I do, everything is covered up for my whole family. When I go do implants, I had to do a couple implants. I got another one coming up right now. Implants, you put a stud, titanium screw in the jaw, a lower or upper jaw. You put a titanium screw and you put a crown. It might cost from $4,500 to $6,000 for one implant, including the crown. I pay out of the pocket as a union member top $250, which is like pocket money. One day when I first met my dentist, was her secretary was there in the office. I met her. I said I want to do a couple implants. Let me tell a little story there. I said to her, I want to do a couple implants. She said and I got really good insurance. I said it covers almost 100%. What are you talking about? The doctor showed up. I'm not gonna mention this girl named secretary. Her name was Sincerina, but I'm not gonna mention doctor's name. And then I said to her, if you don't believe me, just call the insurance and gave them my ID number. She was like, come on now, 50%. All the insurance are 50%. I never heard such a thing before. I was like, I'm telling you, it's a racket. It's a racket. You're gonna go in the moon with this. She's start laughing and things, and the doctor was watching too. And then he said, give him a call. She called in a landline. She called Delta Dental. She gave the guy that pick up the phone. I hear the whole conversation because I was so close, and after a little bit, she put it with just to show me, she put it with Viva Voce, how you call it? She put it on the speaker. And we hearing the whole conversation. And he said to her, can you give me his ID number? Can you give me his ID number? She gave him the ID number, and he was like, whatever, on the front of her and the doctor, they were listening. Whatever that guy that is in front of you looking to get done, just get it done for him. Because some restriction, if you have two healthy teeth and you want to put a crown in the middle, they can do it. There's some restriction, but for this union guy, he said, man, whatever he asked for, just get it done. The doctor was like, whoa. She was like, close the phone. Look at what he said besides that. He said, like, that guy, that union member, has a better insurance than me, that I'm in the board of Delta Dental. He said to her. She was like, whoa. Because the insurance is bought in a bulk, for like 20,000 employees. So we got huge, like a discount and better insurance than anybody else. That's why it's so really, really nice, because it's bought for 20,000 employees. And then the doctor took me, and I sat to his room to get the things done, to start it. And he said, like, he came to me and he was like, do you have more friends that they have that insurance, so you can bring it here? I'll start laughing, we having fun. I said, like, I'll bring you my kids and my wife. You can be their dentist too, just to support him. He was like, thank you. And then there was the story. But let me tell you a little thing about the insurance, the union insurance. A friend of mine, a very, very close friend of mine, good friend of mine, that I know, his wife was sick, which I wish her the best, and his family and thing. Got bills in the house. But he's a union member. Got bills in the house. $90,000. $160,000. Do you know how much he's paying from the pocket? Nothing. I hope everything goes well for their family, but I'm telling you, that's what is. And he was like, wow. I was like, I told you about the union, man. The union is the top notch. You cannot fucking beat it. Go any way you want. If you hear union, he's paying nothing out of the pocket, because his wife has some surgeries and this and that, and I don't want to go into details, but I hope everything works good for the family. Nothing out of the pocket. This Albanian family, one of the greatest one that I know. I know them for 26 years. Can you imagine if that family was in Albania? Buddy, bye-bye. You cannot deal with it, with those prices. The whole thing, after they closed everything down, 360, from $300,000 to $400,000 to get all the treatments and everything. Anyway, I just gave you a little glimpse about the union. That's why I'm proud to be a union member. And besides that, we're going to go to another topic. I'm going to give you a little glimpse on this too before we go to real topics. But I didn't say anything to the episode that I did yesterday, but I'm having the chance that God put me in the right direction, said, Altin, forget what you did yesterday. Look at this today, because it's going to be bigger and nicer, and then you're going to score big with this episode. But I'm going to bring this one. This girl, 30 years old. She's from Turkey. I hope what gets my attention, because Secretary of State Marco Rubio went in press conference and he got questioned about her. And I'm going to tell you what he said. But let me give you a little glimpse who she is. Her name is, I hope I pronounce it right, her name is Rumeisa Ozturk. I'm going to mention her last name, Ozturk. Ozturk was enrolled in PhD program. Check this out. I gotta fix a little bit my glasses, but check this out, man. Check this out. That's why I feel like kind of what the hell's going on with these people. America gives you everything, everything. Grabs you from Turkey. Grabs you from Turkey, Ozturk. Grabs you from Turkey to bring you here to study democracy, Western democracy and philosophy. And you spit in our plate here, in our country, in America. We feed you. Look what America gave her, and I'm gonna explain to you, look what she did, which I'm not proud at all. Ozturk, she got detained on Tuesday, March 25th, near Tufts University. But let me give you a little glimpse who she is. Was then enrolled in PhD program at Tufts University on a valid F1 visa, which allows international students to pursue full-time academic studies. She was a student at psychology. Ozturk has been studying in US since 2018. She went to America after winning. She came to America after winning a Fulbright scholarship. Now, can you imagine? 7 years we paying with our taxes. She won a full scholarship. Full scholarship. My daughter don't have that. My daughter and my son is not gonna have that full scholarship. They got little here and there from the work that they do, a little appreciation scholarship. She came to America winning a Fulbright scholarship, successfully completed her master's degree at Columbia University, and then started her doctorate at Tufts University in Boston. Ozturk was working on her dissertation when, I don't know if I pronounced that, dissertation, when she was arrested and had 10 months left to complete her doctorate. Now, in March 2024, Ozturk co-worker and opened in the school's newspaper, in which she criticized, look what she does, she criticized Tufts' response to student government group, called for university to divest from companies with ties to Israel because of the conflict in Gaza, among other demands. Credible accusations against Israel include accounts of deliberate starvation and indiscrimination, slaughter of Palestinian civilians, and plausible genocide. Okay, I got a picture of her that I'm gonna share with you. She is the student. She is the last name Ozturk, Romesa. Now, what I was gonna talk about it. We give you, America gave you not just me, my taxes, my family taxes, and everybody tax. We give you a full scholarship to come and study here, to become 7 years, to become a PhD in psychology. Now, if you're gonna take, they revoke her visa. They arrest her near they arrest her near by ICE near the Tufts University, from near Tufts University by ICE. What did she do? A year ago, she went in a she did that riot for the war in Israel, Hamas, and she was talking good about Hamas. Hamas is a terrorist group known from the US government as a terrorist group. What the hell are you doing talking good about Hamas? Stick with America. America brought you here to study the Western civilization. Western civilization to study, and we paying for you. Why you go? If you were in them, do you want to do something? Because I'm getting real frustrated. I'm losing. I'm shaking. I'm like getting frustrated. We giving you everything. American government giving you everything. When you were in Turkey and goes, I'm gonna stick with whatever Secretary of State Marco Rubio said. He said, if you were gonna say that day that you took the visa in the embassy in Turkey, if you're gonna say, if we ask you at embassy, like, are you gonna be part of the riots in America about Hamas or whatever, what are you gonna say? If you say yes, nobody gonna give you the visa. I'm sorry, nobody gonna give you the visa. But we give you a full plate of food and you spit on us. You spit on the food that we offered you. Do you want to do something like that? Go do it in your home country. Go do it in your home country, on your own backyard, in your house. Go do it in Turkey. Don't spit on our plate. So, you lied to us, he said. We're giving you a visa, and here you go. You creating riots, and then in I forgot, was it Northeast University? Where is it? Suffolk? Which university was it? Tufts University in Somerville. She was at Tufts University. Now what the hell's going on? It's the same thing. Let me put it for you. Giving me a goosebumps. We America government offer you so much, and all American people pay with their taxes, and look what you do. Now it's the same thing. Compare it. You come into my house. I put you food, everything, and you starting, he said. I really loved it when he said it. And you starting throwing mud in our couches and walls and everything. What is going to happen to you if you are in my house? You think I'm still going to keep you here? No, we're gonna throw you out. We're going to throw you out. So next time, if you want to do something, go do it in your home country, in your own backyard, in your house. That's why I'm not on support of you. And connecting it to this, if you're not Americans, for all my fellow Albanian American friends, or American Albanian friends, how to put it, if you're not by birth American, just like my kids are, because there's a lot of Albanians and a lot of from other countries, East European countries. If you're not by birth American, don't fuck around. Mind your business. Mind your business. Serve to this country that opened the fucking doors for each and every one of you. I'm sorry for my language, but I'm very irritated. Putting food on the table makes you achieve all the goals in your life, because you didn't achieve those goals somewhere else. That's why you're here. America is helping you. I fight for this country. I really love it. I have it in my heart. I'm telling you, I love our Albania too, but America, number one, brother. Number one. That's why we all here, because we love it. So, don't try to eat and spit in the same plate. Respect what America done for you and your family. And if you mess around, if you're not by birth American, you're going back to your country. So what I'm trying to say, make the point. I'm trying to make the point. If you want to do something, go do it in your own country. Here, we got our rules here. America government got their own rules. If you don't like it, go over there. It's fine with everybody. You know what I'm saying? Leave this place for the others. We love it and appreciate what they have on their tables. Alright? Now, next topic. I'm sorry because I got a little aggravated, but I really I'm being honest, and I love America with heart. Cause we come here, so many opportunities. I'm just talking about Albania. So many opportunities. Appreciate what America offers you. Appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Don't be like that girl. She must be a really nice girl, but she gotta respect the rules of government here. If you wanna support and be proud of Hamas, just go over there in your own country and be whatever you want. But don't make us pay for you for your PhD 7 years to study here without money, American hard working American people money, and to hear your bullshit, pack your shit, go home. All right, let's go to the next topic. I'm gonna change my mood because I lost it. I don't know how those guys don't appreciate nothing, man. Anyway, let's take her picture out. Now that's where the podcast started. What is our first topic? What I'm gonna talk about it. I'm gonna talk about it. What happened? First topic is what happened at London Heathrow Airport last Friday. A fire. What happened? A fire at electrical substation in West London, which supplies Heathrow, cut power to the airport for most of the day. It's not yet known what caused the fire at substation, but Transport Secretary Heidi Alexander said that there are no suggestions or foul play as the counter-terrorism police investigate. She added that they were needed, the counter-terrorism police, they were needed as the fire took place next to a critical piece of national infrastructure. Now, substation, it's about 1.5 miles away from the airport. I gotta look at the station here. It's 1.5 miles from the airport. From airport, more than 17,000 homes lost power. Official and energy experts said that a fault in a transformer with 207, look, that's the transformer, but they use oil to cool it down, the high temperatures, but they all because of the high voltage, I guess that's where the fire started. They have like 25,000 liters of oil there for the cooling, and then running through it probably sparked a massive oil fuel fire which led to a disaster. Now I'm gonna tell a little. Let's go back to me. Let me give you a glimpse what happened. The story that I have with my daughter. The coffee here. This cup is from Madrid. From Spain. My daughter got this to me. She was on a spring break for like 10 days. We're sleeping on. Was early morning on 21st of the. 21st of March, or 2:15 in the morning, and then we're like ringing. My wife's cell phone ringing like crazy, and then I was like, "What happened?" We were like panic, and then my wife saw there was my daughter on the phone. She's like panicking and says like relax, because I was there, but beside her, because we still sleeping together. We're not that old yet. I'm just joking. And then I was like, what the hell's going on? Panicking and things. And then she said to me, it's Annie. And then she picked up the phone, and my daughter was yelling and screaming. Probably was 7 in the morning there, something like that. And it was 2:15 here. And then she was like, London Heathrow got on fire. I was like, what the hell, man? The whole airport got on fire or something? You know, my wife asked, where are you? I'm at the friend's house, because they have some friends. They go to school in Barcelona, you know, overseas for to do a semester or something. They were in school together here, and one of them, you know, separated, one overseas for to do a semester in Barcelona, and then that's why she went to visit with another friend from Albania. So 3 Albanian friends there, girls, you know, in the Barcelona. They were staying there together. And then but anyway, thank to the girl's father that there was with my daughter. Thank to him, he stayed all night wake. I heard, he booked couple other tickets because they had to stay in the transit was Barcelona, London, Heathrow, Boston. You know what I mean? And she had to stay. They have to go transit to Heathrow. I'm sorry, exactly, to go transit to Heathrow Airport, and then now they couldn't go. He stayed all night. He found couple tickets. He bought them directly, with my daughter and the other girl, his daughter, and then bought the ticket directly. You know what I mean? But the tickets were like, if they were not gonna buy those tickets at that time, the flight tickets, they were gonna be there for another week because the airport got shut down for full day, like 13,000 not 30,000, 1,300 got airplanes got delayed that day. They got shut down actually. Heathrow has like 1,300 flights combined in and out a day. You know what I mean? Everything got shut down. And then if they're not gonna get those tickets to go to Dublin, transit, and then come to Boston, forget about it. They will be there. This takes time. If you shut down like one of the major airports in the world, they say it's number two. It's behind the Dubai one. Dubai, I think, is the first, and then it's Dubai. It's first, and then it's Heathrow. They say. You know what I mean? O'Hare in Chicago is crazy. What's that? New York JFK is crazy. And then they got the ticket, go to Dublin. I said, like, look it in positive side. They got to Dublin and they came to Boston. But some friend of theirs, they were going to Barcelona for a spring break. They got U-turned in the mid-air. They were close to Heathrow. They flew for like 5 hours, and then the pilot said on the speaker, like, we're turning back to Boston after 5 hours flight. He said, we're going back to Boston. All the flight got canceled. 10 hours up in the air, 5 hours back there in the middle of the ocean, turned back, came to Boston. But that's, she got me this cup from Madrid. Everything was fine. We got a little panicked, but that was the story that we had. Cups, I got, she bought me a coffee cup because I got, wherever I go, I buy a coffee cup. And at my, I was gonna share this at my bird room that I have, because I'm gonna do a podcast someday there, you know what I mean? Do an episode in the near future. And my birds, I got a lot of canaries and finches, beautiful. I think I mentioned that before in the other episodes. And then everywhere I go for vacation, I buy a coffee cup. I buy a coffee cup, and now I have them there on the shelf. I have like 30 of them, and then I see where I've been. When I see the birds, I see where I've been in those cities and places, and brings back memories. Anyway, now what's the next topic? I mean, they had generators there at the Heathrow Airport, but they cannot power the whole airport. Those generators cannot power the whole airport. They still have delays there. They still, like, they working. You know what I mean? It's not easy. It's not easy to cancel the whole airport. Flights in and out. Now, going to JFK files. Let's start with it. I did it like, put it in books, you know what I mean? A bookcase, so I can share everything with you guys. I'm gonna talk about President Trump. I'm gonna talk about JF Kennedy. I'm gonna talk about his father. I'm gonna talk about Joe Kennedy. I'm gonna talk because he was the head of the Kennedy clan, Joe Kennedy. And then I'm gonna talk about Sam Giancana, one of the bosses of Chicago outfit, and a ruthless boss mafia. I'm gonna talk about what else I got there that I'm gonna the guy who killed JFK, Lee Oswald. What else we got there? and then we're gonna talk about as we go. But I really worked a lot on this. Just bear with me. I'm gonna share it with you guys. It's very beautiful. It's gonna be some really interesting stories and some it's gonna be some really interesting stories and some facts. So follow me into this as I dive into it. You know what I mean? It's gonna be a really, really great story. Let's start with it. Okay, and I'm gonna let you know also, because I wanna keep you hooked to listen to me, what the expression was of our communist leader Enver Hoxha at that time when he heard about JF Kennedy assassination. Uh, New York Times wrote about it. What was his expression? I'm gonna let you guys know about it in the end of the episode, so you can listen to me and then till the end. So it's gonna be very fun, just like I said. And then let me dive into it. President Trump, and why I like President Trump. Let me give you a little couple words on it. Why I like it, because they do not use that rhetoric, that not use that political rhetoric when he speaks. He speaks the language of the people. You know what I mean? Everybody can understand him. You know what I love about him? I love about him when he was in the when he was in the press conference. I was, and then one of the guys was asking me. He was an Indian guy, asking. He did a question, and the President Trump is like, "Can you repeat that again? Can you repeat it?" He repeated again. You know what he said? I didn't understand nothing what you're talking about. You know what I mean? I didn't get a word, a hell of a word out of it. You know, everybody will start laughing. He said, like, can you translate that guy for me? You know, maybe his accent, I got the accent too. I don't speak like a perfect, I'm nowhere near like speaking perfect English, you know. I'm trying to get better each and every day. But that's what I like it. Even when he spoke about that girl, the Ozturk, the Secretary of State Marco Rubio, man, it's like a language that is for people. I understand it 100%. You don't have to go to China and come back here and go to Albania and come here and then to explain to me. Just say a few words, man. Say a few words so you can be understandable, but from every class of the society, you know, middle class, high class, poor class, you know, everybody can understand what the hell coming out of your mouth. You know what I mean? Don't use that politic bullshit thing to explain to me. Just put two couple words together, make it easy for everyone to understand. Now, going back, President Trump signed the executive order on January 20th to declassify the JFK files, RFK files, and MLK files. RFK was his brother, Robert Kennedy, and MLK was Martin Luther King Jr. On March 18, 7 p.m., around 32,000 pages were released. And on same day, 10 p.m., March 18, was another 32,000. And on March 25th, was another 13,700 pages was released. After more than 60 years, around 62 years, and President Trump is delivering as he promised. Now, how I want to put this? It's okay, curiosity, conspiracy curiosity, and still lots of conspiracy. What everybody is thinking. To me, let me do it this way, but I'll let you know in the end, my opinion. Now, many theories over the years that was CIA, Mafia, Fidel Castro, KGB, LBJ, Lyndon B. Johnson, Israel, because Israel at that time was prepping a nuclear bomb. But who was the guy that said, like, it's not conspiracy, it's not covering up the wrongdoing? Can you tell me who was that guy? Write in the comments, I like to hear from you. Now, let's start with JFK. What was his final word before he got killed? He said, "Not, they sure can't." Spoken as a response to his wife, Jackie Kennedy, who asked him if he believed there weren't people in Dallas who loved and appreciated him. JFK was killed on November 22nd, 1963. What's about the Kennedy? Kennedy was the first Catholic president, was the 35th president of America, and was the first one to born on New Millennium in 1900s. First president born in New Millennium 1900s. Okay, let's go a little bit on the what happened that day. It was beautiful, clear afternoon around 12:30. The presidential motorcade left the Houston street and entered Dealey Plaza. They did not know that on 6th floor of Texas School Book Depository, an assassin had a clear view of the President Kennedy. As the motorcade passed below that, 3 shots rang out. Below that, then 3 shots rang out. Let me show you here the bullet trajectory. That's where that's the picture with the green line there shows the second shot actually. The autopsy with what was that? I'm showing the bullet trajectory with bullet curving through limousine. The autopsy with missing. We had the autopsy with missing signatures and infamous 2 shooters theory. All of it remains a mystery to this day. Now, how did JFK got involved to politics? Of course, it was because of his father, but following heroic service in academia and journalism, increasingly believing in politics as the best way to make the difference. Let me go back to me here. To make the difference, at age 29, Kennedy ultimately decided to run for public office. When congressional seat became available in her home state, Massachusetts, from 1947 to 1953. Now, they are from here, from Massachusetts. He born in Brookline, city near Boston. Okay. In 1953 to 1960, he was subsequently elected to the U.S. Senate as a junior senator from Massachusetts. He also holds the Bachelor Arts BA degree in government, concentrating on international affairs. Just like I said before, who was, trying to put him on tracks to run for all this, and then to put the to create this legacy, Kennedy legacy, was his father, Joe Kennedy. Joe Kennedy and ties of Kennedy with Chicago outfits. Allegedly, Joe Kennedy struck a deal with mob boss Sam Giancana before 1960 election, promising to lay off organized crime in exchange for helping getting his son elected. John's father, and Sam Giancana were friends from Prohibition era. Joe also was connected to every gangster we know from Prohibition era, from Lucky Luciano, Al Capone, Meyer Lansky, and about everyone else who was in smuggling alcohol into U.S. Joe Kennedy had 9 children. The oldest one was Joseph Patrick Kennedy Jr. He was the one that Joe Sr. was prepping and paving the road for him to become the U.S. president. But he got killed in line of duty during during the World War II. He was killed in action while serving as a land-based patrol bomber pilot. Joe was devastated at the time. He was viewing it as a personal tragedy, as fueling his anger toward President Roosevelt for America's involvement to the war. Now, who was next in line? Of course, JFK. which in the primary, with the help of Sam Giancana was with Chicago outfit. Ruthless boss. Let me talk just a little bit about Sam Giancana. He was the ruthless boss from Chicago outfit. He became a boss on the age of 1949. Who was Tony Accardo, everybody saying he was in charge of Chicago outfit. He stepped down, but he stayed as a consigliere into the mafia in the Chicago outfit. But everybody that knows him saying that Sam Giancana could even blink his eye without the permission of Tony Accardo. Alright, so Sam Giancana was very connected with the wealthy Kennedy clan. But John Kennedy knew it, but not his brother. In 1959, Senate called Giancana to testify before the Congress on the Chicago outfit. He took the Fifth Amendment. Who's doing his questions though? Robert Kennedy. He was doing all the questions to Giancana, but Giancana took a Fifth Amendment. What is the Fifth Amendment? Took a fifth. What is the Fifth Amendment? Fifth Amendment is like, I'm not going to answer any questions. He did like 50, 60 questions. He was like, I'm taking the fifth. I'm taking the fifth. And you cannot do nothing about it. Nada. Zip. You cannot do anything. And then what did Robert Kennedy told him? He said like, are you gonna mumble? And he was trying to set his fuse because he knows he had the short fuse. Giancana had a short fuse, and he was just like teasing. He was hoping for him to explode because of his short fuse. He said like, are you gonna sit there all night and mumbling like a little girl? I didn't know that guys like you mumble. You know what I mean? Only little girls mumble. What did Sam Giancana did? He was just, he gave him a little laugh. He was like, okay, you know, whatever you say. So they struck the deal going back. They struck the deal to help JFK with the help of Sam Giancana in West Virginia and Wisconsin, where he was, where it was very difficult for him. And with Frank Sinatra as a middleman moving the money for both parties, Giancana and John Kennedy, Giancana helped him. So with help of Frank Sinatra as a middleman, with help of Frank Sinatra's son, they helped John. Giancana helped him to become the president candidate for Democrats. They had Frank's son, just like I said, to spread $50,000 in West Virginia before voters went to the polls. He sweetened local politicians. Look, $50,000 back then are like $550,000 today, so it's like almost $500,000. He put $500,000 on the streets just for John Kennedy to get elected. You know what I mean, to become a president as a candidate for Democrats. So he sweetened local politicians with new office furniture and paid bar owners to keep Frank Sinatra's campaign song High Hopes playing in all jukeboxes across the state. That's how the JFK became the Democrat candidate to run for president. Also, Sam helped him a lot running for presidency. Joe asked for his help in Illinois. Illinois was one of Giancana's backyard in Chicago, and he won with like, the race was so tight. He won like 10% with 10% of 1%. Was so tight race, was crazy. Giancana was quick to claim that it was he who had elected Kennedy to the White House. And instead, the JFK, look what happened. Instead, that JFK to lay law on the mafia, to give them a, not to mention them, you know what I mean, not to say anything about Chicago outfit. Instead of lay law on the mafia, he appointed his brother Robert Kennedy as Attorney General. And that's where the war started. Robert Kennedy became a U.S. General Attorney. And then what did he did? The first thing, from 16, 17 lawyers that he had on his command, he create a group of 60 lawyers. You know, just because he said, like, I don't want to hear, I never want to hear again Chicago outfit. That name, he said, outfit, I don't want to hear that again. Makes me, I don't want to hear that name, he said. Makes me anxious, and I don't want to see that. Chicago's not supposed to have those guys there, he said. We have to take care of that. Now, that's what with the Kennedys. Now I'm going to start. I prep something for Lee Harvey to bring him to the scene now. What's going on? Meanwhile, we got Lee Harvey Oswald. That's the guy who allegedly killed President Kennedy. That's what is coming with the files. That's what the files said. But in the end, you decide. After I read everything and I give you the facts, you decide with your own. You choose. You know what I mean? Who do you think was it? And I'm going to give you my opinion too. Who was Lee Harvey Oswald? He was a U.S. Marine veteran born on 1939 in New Orleans. He born 3 months after his father died. Who he really was? I got a picture here of Lee Harvey Oswald that I'm going to show you guys. This is Lee Harvey Oswald. 24 years old here when he killed the president. He did not have a stable life because they were moving a lot, because his father died and just his mother, you know, and then they had really a rough life. She had really a rough life. He had a rough life, you know, I mean, moving from city to city, you know, to look for work and home and, you know, to cover the expenses. As a child, Oswald displayed interest in reading history books, particularly Marxist literature. At age of 15, he declared himself as a Marxist, a belief that will shape his action and decision later in life. Despite the behavior he had above, that was like crazy, huh? Despite the behavior he had above average IQ. However, so he was very intelligent. However, by age of 16, he dropped out of high school and joined U.S. Marine Corps. This decision was the beginning of the series of events. He was trained as sharpshooter. He was a really, really great sharpshooter. His friends was talking about at that time. And also was stationed as a radar operator with high-level security clearance in Japan Air Facility. He served from 1956 to 1959. He served from 1956 to 1959. In 1958, Oswald accidentally shot himself in the arm with non-military pistol. So it was a personal pistol or something, and was court-martialed for illegal possession of firearms. After leaving Marine Corps, Oswald went to Soviet Union, where he attempted to renounce his citizenship. Now he renounced his citizenship. He don't want it to be U.S. citizen anymore. He wanted to become a Russian citizen. And he became a Russian citizen. And he became again a U.S. citizen. It took him 18 months because he thought it was easy. He was going to live there. He lived there for 3 years. Was very tough life. He went there, and then he was begging the secret services in Moscow, you know, to make him a part of their team. but they refuse so many times. They refuse them. They don't want them to make them part of the SS, Special Service, KGB. At that time, there was the Russian secret, USSR, the secret services. Was very tough time. After he was begging them, they brought him in. You know, he really liked Khrushchev at that time. He brought him in. They were asking him and questioning him. He was telling him, he was giving him some codes of the radars where he worked, and they said those codes of the radars and everything was too old. They didn't believe him much, so they didn't show more interest on him. He found a job at that time in Minsk, Belarus, Belarusia. It's he found a job, was in an electric factory for nearly 3 years, and then he returned to USA with his wife Marina. That's where he met his wife Marina. Not like, don't get complicated, don't lose it. It's not the Marina Violsa, you know, the Albanian girl. Is a different, totally different Marina. It's a Russian Marina. You know, a lot of marinas in the world. Not all the marinas are like our Marina Violsa in Albania. And then he left, I'm just joking, and then he left with his wife Marina and their daughter, and they settled, but it took them 18 months to get back the passport, to become back a US citizen. And he settled in Dallas, Texas, where their second daughter was born. Man, it's just like, let me tell you, just like Tate brothers. Metrics all over from Romania, metrics, and then they come to metrics. They couldn't stay without the metrics. Right? They showed up in Fort Lauderdale. Metrics, and then they come to metrics. And they still come to metrics. Now, during this time, he, at Dallas Post office, he rented a P.O. box, number 2915, under his real name. On 1963, on March 13, Klein Sporting Goods of Chicago received a mail order for a W from World War II surplus Italian 1891 Carano model 1938 rifle with a 4-time scope, and it's known for its effective range. This rifle is known for effective range of 500 up to 800 meters. That kind of rifle holds 6 rounds. I had a rifle model 56 when I did my military in Albania. I had a rifle model 56, kind of similar, but the model 56 has 10 rounds on it, I think. But they say, the expert says that the gun that Oswald used, it's a very poor gun, like better use bow and arrow. Now, I don't know why he ordered the rifle in Chicago, because in Texas, you can go in at that time, I guess even now, you can go at that time with like no ID, nothing, you can buy anything you want. I don't know why he got it from Chicago. Everybody was like, we don't know why he got it from Chicago. Now, let's continue. On October 15, after he arranged a job interview at Texas School Book Depository, he was hired as a temporary clerk for $1.25 an hour. On November 22nd, before the shooting at 7:23 in the morning, he arrived at the depository with a long paper wrap package. And when he was asked, he said it's some curtains. At 11:50, look at the time. At 11:50, several co-workers saw Oswald eating lunch on the first floor of the depository. So he was like, 11:50 is having lunch. At 12:30, he was going to kill the president. I mean, like, how cold this guy is. I don't know. It's like, can you believe it? Thinking you're not killing someone in the city, you're killing the most powerful man on the world. And you're sitting there and in a half an hour. I don't get it. Me personally, I don't get it. You should be like a stone cold killer. Like, even that, I don't know, I can't explain it. I can explain. In half an hour, you're gonna kill the most powerful president in the world. I don't know. He had the plug. JFK had the plug. And the funny, he had the plug. I'm gonna share it with you. A cousin of mine told me that long time ago. That the president at that time of America, JFK, he had the plug. He put it in the power there, and the globe started rotating. He unplugged it, and the world stopped rotating. You know what I'm saying? And you eating lunch, and you're gonna kill the president, the most powerful in the world. And then after eating lunch, you're gonna go and kill him. I don't know, man. Maybe it's just me. Okay, and then he was eating lunch on first floor of the depository, and then around 12:30 he positioned himself on the 6th floor of Texas School Book Depository and had a clear view and he had a clear view of President Kennedy motorcade, but a tree in front of him did not allow him to get a clear shot. He fired 3 rounds, which all 3 shots took altogether 8.4 seconds. First one ricocheted on the tree branch. Second shot struck Kennedy in the upper back, exiting his throat. Let me explain. Let me take him out of here. Let me take this guy out of here, Lee Harvey Oswald, and let me bring the bullet trajectory. Look at now. The green one is the second shot, because the first shot got ricocheted in a tree branch. Second shot struck Kennedy in the upper back, exiting his throat, and struck Texas Governor John Colony in the back, in the chest, wrist, and ultimately lodged in his left leg, like a ping-pong type of style that defies basic physics laws. And third bullet struck President Kennedy in head. Now, but the problem is struck him in the head. Let's go back to me here. It struck him, the third one, it struck him in the head, but the problem is the third one, if Oswald with shooting him, if Oswald was shooting him, the third one that he struck in his head went backwards. Now, if you struck him, if you hit him from the back, you're supposed to go frontward, not backwards. You know what I mean? That's where the conspiracy started, because they have the whole horrific moment was filmed by a Dallas dressmaker. It was 26 seconds that he filmed. He said like he has his store there near, and he was like, he had a camera. He said like, I want to film the president. He was excited, you know what I mean? I'm going to film it. He filmed only 26 seconds of it. But that 26-second video was played by CIA and FBI and the others 26 million times just to see it. And that's where they saw that third bullet. If he got struck from the back, the head's supposed to go on front, not backwards. You know what I mean? But here's the twist. Multiple witnesses reported seeing a puff of smoke near grassy knoll by a white picket fence. On his first interview on 1994, James E. Files, former soldier and mob, remember this name, James E. Files, former soldier and mob associate, confessed to bring the man on the grassy knolls. Confessed to being the man on grassy knolls. James E. Files. I watched his interview like 3-4 months ago. You know what I mean? And I cannot tell you he didn't miss. You can ask that guy billion times to tell his story, and I'm telling you, he was on point, and he's laying down everything same way, every time same way. You know what I mean? And he knows everything. Boom, boom, he laid down like crazy, man. It was unbelievable. Also, check his interview by CIA on YouTube. James E. Files is his name. Check it on YouTube, and then you're gonna see. Also, he said that Oswald did not kill Officer J.D. Tippit, and that's where the conspiracy theory started again. According to CIA, contract agent and underworld figure Chesney Marvin Holt, who was there that day. He saw world class. So one more time, according to CIA, contract agent and underworld figure Chesney Marvin Holt, who was there that day. He saw world-class assassin that day around the area. Now you tell me, was heavyweight Aldo Vera Sena, Luis Posada, Freddy Lugo, and he said he saw all those guys that day, and he said this in the CIA interview before he died. He said that, because he's dead now, but check his interview on YouTube though. He said that we had as many bad guys there running around as you can possibly get on the same area there. And they all seem to gravitate. It just seemed to me, he said, that is more than coincidental that we all show in Dallas at the same time. For more, just like I said, for more, check his interview on YouTube. Check it. He's dead now, but it's amazing interview. He was a CIA agent and he was working for the Chicago mob outfit. Now, going back to Oswald, at 12:45, he boarded after he shoot the president that I showed you. He boarded a bus 7 blocks from the book depository, but the bus was moving very slowly because of the crowd, so he left the bus and took a taxi, which it took him to the boarding house. Boarding house are those rooms that you don't rent the whole house, but in the building you rent just one single room and then you share it with the others, say like it's a house, but you share like roommates type of thing that we have right now. He changed his clothes, grabbed his gun and head out, and was stopped by J.D. Tippit. He stopped him right on front of his car. He stopped him because he matched the description of the assassins. After brief conversation, because everybody was pointing, it's him, toward Lee Oswald. Now, he stopped him in the front of the car because he matched the description of the assassins. After a brief conversation, J.D. Tippit exited his patrol car and as he was walking towards the front of the car, Oswald shot him 3 times at point blank range. After that, he fled the scene and headed towards Texas Theater. He entered the theater allegedly without paying for ticket and sat down in an audience. Group of policemen descended on the Texas Theater where they arrested Oswald. He's trying to get the gun out, but he was stopped by Officer Nick McDonald. That's why they had a little fight there, and then he got handcuffed and said to Officer McDonald, "I'm just a patsy." I'm gonna tell you what that means, but he had a little fight with police with Officer Nick McDonald. That's where he got the black tide. Get black tide in there because he hit him. They were fighting for the gun. He was trying to get him out. The police, McDonald grabbed him. The officer grabbed him. He couldn't fire the gun, but he arrested him, handcuffed him, and then he told him directly that I'm just a patsy. That's why everybody don't believe him much, because what he was trying to say is like, I'm the one that I'm taking the fall for it. I'm not the one that I killed. I'm not the one that I really killed JFK. Now, if you saw the movie Godfather 3, when the Al Pacino as a Godfather tells his nephew Vincent, played by Vincent Mancini, played by Andy Garcia in that time, that Joy Zaza, they were having a conversation. Joy Zaza, send me a message. I just sent him a message back. He was like, young man, Joy Zaza is just a patsy. He said, a pazzo. Like someone is using him. It's a cuckoo. It's crazy, He's letting himself be used. So he got somebody behind him. You know what I mean? He's a puppet, kinda. They're using him. You know what I'm saying? And he said that, I remember that quote when he said, "Young man, I don't need gangsters. I need more lawyers. I need more lawyers, not gangsters." Now, going back to Oswald, 2 days later of JFK assassination, while being escorted to the car in the basement of Dallas police headquarters, Oswald was shot and killed by Jack Ruby, a local nightclub owner. Jack Ruby was known to be associate of Chicago mobster Sam Giancana. Now, President Trump told, but here that same Giancana, Sam Giancana, just like I said, was with Chicago outfit. He is very ruthless mobster. He got hooked with the CIA too. CIA wanted to use him to kill Castro. I'm gonna let you know why. Because of the he wanted to kill. He wanted the government, the CIA wanted to kill Castro because of the he was threat to the security. Was threat to Castro was a threat to security because of the alliance with the Soviet Union, because of the missile crisis. And then CIA was trying to use Sam Giancana to kill Castro, because Castro was he closed, after he came to power, he closed all the casinos and they lost, mafia lost a lot of money there. Sam Giancana had a lot of money, a lot of involvement in Cuba, in Havana. And then that's why he wanted to kill him. And then they told him to send a gunman or something to kill him, I guess was in Miami. And Sam Giancana came with another idea, like how about if we poison him, you know, in the food. And then CIA was like, oh yeah man, why not, let's poison him, it's easier. And they prepped some pills, but they have with the poisoning in the food, but they never a chance to put it in the food for him so he can eat it. But what is it when the CIA like doing joint venture with Sam Giancana to kill you know what I mean, the leader of the other, or leader of the communist regime in Cuba. You give him a opportunity, and then you give him a passport. You make him you give him a free hand. You make him not dead, but you make him. You give him access to everything. You make him untouchable. You know what I mean? Just like the untouchables on the time of Al Capone. So you can offer, you know what I mean? Because now he's untouchable. He can do anything, gaming, killing, everything, because he got CIA on his pocket. Anyway, that's why John Kennedy's brother, Robert Kennedy, as Attorney General, was furious when he learned about it. You know what I mean? He called the CIA top-notch guy, I forgot who was it at that time, and he called him like, next time before you do something, you come and talk with me first. You know what I mean? Now if you see it, guys, if you see it, I'm gonna put the picture up here. This is the this is Sam Giancana. Let me show you Sam Giancana. This is Sam Giancana, the mob of the Chicago outfit. Very powerful person, ruthless, you know. Now let's go to, I want to go to President Trump a little, what he said about it. This is President Trump here. This is President Trump. Then I'm bringing up, he is on the board of Air Force One. He told Clay Travis, that's a Clay Travis on with the Outkick show, that while he believed that Oswald, there was like a bombshell interview, check that out. I'm telling you, check it. He told Clay Travis, on Outkick that while he believed that Oswald was the main shooter, but he speculated. He told that he was the main shooter, but he speculated that the gunman may have had some help, like did not act it alone. He gave a bombshell interview on the board of Air Force One. Let's check it out because you're gonna love it. You know what I'm saying? Now, let me take this picture out and go focus on me here. Now, it's time to talk because it's time to wrap up. Was the article in New York Times that I told you guys about? It was the article at the same time, you know what I mean? Like New York Times when JFK got killed, which included the name of Albanian communist leader Enver Hoxha. And then I was looking for it because I knew it. He was going to say something, you know what I mean? Enver Hoxha ruled the communism regime in Albania. I lived in that regime for like 15 years and under his regime for 10 years, you know what I mean? But he died on 85. I born in 74 and then around the area. And then I lived for like 10, 11 years under his regime and he died in 85. And in 90, Albania changed the regime from communism to democracy, you know what I mean? Still fighting to be a democratic country. Pluralism. He said, in the paranoid of Piraeus, state of communist Albania, I just grabbed this section that was talking about it. In the paranoid Piraeus state of communist Albania, the unyielding Enver Hoxha expressed satisfaction with Mr. Kennedy removed from the world scene. He was very happy that he got, basically, that's what it means, that he got gunned down, you know what I mean, and removed from the world scene. Then he was removed from the world scene. Now, I'm gonna bring up what achievements he got. What did he accomplish, the President JFK? During his short presidency, John F. K. Kennedy felt not what he did not accomplish. During his short presidency, John F. Kennedy failed to pass key domestic programs like a major tax cut, federal aid to education, Medicare, and civil rights. Now, what did he accomplish? In 1963, Kennedy signed the first nuclear weapon treaty. He praised it over the establishment of the Peace Corps Alliance of Progress with Latin America and continuation of the Apollo program with the goal of landing a man on the moon before 1970s. Landing a man, which was it? It was 1969 that America land on the moon, and he kept that speech at NASA that he wanted to make it on that decade. You know what I mean? That in the end of the decade, he said that famous quote was, "We didn't choose to go to the moon because it's easy. We choose to go to the moon because it's hard," he said. The other famous, because he was like very eloquent in his speeches. The other quote that he got that still exists, that I mentioned a couple times on the other episodes that I have, was like, it's not, and it's very beautiful quote, it's not what your country can do for you, it's what you can do for your country. You know what I'm saying? Basically, that's it. And then I think it's time to wrap up. I think we had I worked a lot for this podcast. We had a great podcast, in my opinion. Now, I forgot I'm going to give you my opinion on all of this. My personal opinion. My personal opinion. It's been 62 years before I wrap up. It's been 62 years. Now you're telling me I know it's mafia involvement. You know what I mean? If you give that, you make that Sam Giancana untouchable, you connect CIA, connect with the mafia, oof, you make him an untouchable. But CIA involvement, man, I don't know. Should they saying everybody's talking? It should be, but even if it's CIA involvement, which nobody is ruling it out, even if it's CIA involvement, they had, what do you think? You're gonna get the truth out? Man, it's been 62 years. They had 62 years to cover everything up. You know what I'm saying? To me, personally, they just released what they want to release. Because they said like 8 years ago when Trump got elected and he wants to make it public, you know, to release them, is a threat to a serious threat to the government. I was like, to our nation. Now, you think they have more papers there they didn't show in us? Absolutely, absolutely, man, absolutely. To me personally, is like, if the whole story was like 10 feet deep, you know, and nobody can, you know, they put them right down there 10 feet deep. Now it's 20 foot deep. Was this deep now before? Now it's like 20 feet deep into the ground. You cannot get it out of there. They're not gonna show to the public everything. Not gonna show. It's a lot of big mistakes we're making, you know, and mafia, and you know, you have Lyndon B. Johnson, you had Israeli, just like I said, Israeli was doing the nuclear bomb. Who else was it? Who else was it? Was Russia. They didn't like Russia because they were bringing the Bay of Pigs. They were bringing missiles there, you know, rockets. Who else was it implicated? Yeah, just like I said, Russia, Cuba, Castro, everyone. You know what I mean? It's a huge story. Huge. But we covered as much as we can. I explain it, but that's my final word. To me, it's like 20 feet deep now. We're never gonna know about it. Besides that, let's go for another 2 seconds. Besides that, why you show me that from 62 years ago? You make it public. Why you don't do Thomas Matthew Crooks? Tell me on what happened now. You tell me what happened now, man. On when was that? July 14 in Butler, Pennsylvania, when they shot President Trump. Tell me that story. Give me info about that. Why you give me info about 62 years ago? Okay, some curiosity. Let's see what the conspiracy was about and things. Show me this. Fresh, man. Show me what happened in Butler, Pennsylvania, when Thomas Matthew Crooks shot President Trump. That's what I want to hear about it. If you tell me that story 60, 70 years later, I don't care to hear about it. All those guys that we put names out there, they're all dead. If there are any survivor, it's like 92, 93 years old, 95 years old. What I like to hear, what's in it for me? I like to see, just like I work Saturday, he said, whatever President Trump said, keep this in mind. I love that one, man. Whatever he's gonna do, whatever you work overtime. For everybody out there that works overtime, they got 8 hours, 10 hours overtime, they're gonna take the taxes out. You're not gonna be taxable in overtime. And guess what? They passed the Congress already. It's big money and big help to Americans' families. Every overtime that you're doing above 40 hours, no tax. Man, I love to see that on my check. If he passed Senate, he passed a House. Now it's ready for the Senate. Senate, yeah. Let's see what's gonna happen. Probably if they approve it, we're gonna see it for next year. Definitely next year it's gonna be to power. Really love to see it, man. It's gonna be, just like I said, big help to our families. Now, Man, was probably we go like 2 hours a day. Let's see how long this episode was. Hour 30. Yeah, we good there. Now, how I'm gonna leave you guys. Thank you for watching first. I'm sorry for the glitch that was on YouTube, but check because I tried to do a very, very good episode here and I worked a lot for it. But I'm gonna leave you. Enjoy the weekend and this afternoon. Stay with your family. Go out, have some fun, drink a beer somewhere in the restaurants or pubs, whatever. You know what I mean? Enjoy the life. It's very short, especially in America. It flies by so fast. And then you gave me enough time. Go stay with your family. Enjoy the weekend. Thank you. Take care. Bye bye. Be cool.